Lace channel live stream doing the filling on my November garden skirt. I didn't plan to stream tonight because last night I had pulled my neck, my hernia went bananas, but my neighbor, she didn't some massage, so I can at least sit here. Just give me a second. Rudy is messing in the kitchen. Rudy, что ты там делаешь? Что ты там делаешь? Waiting everybody to join. So today I've already done some of the filling here, as you may remember. So today I'm doing this part, and I'll go back over here, return, and come back to this flower, hopefully, if my neck gives me the chance to do that. So, how was your week? How's everything going? Who's working on which project? What stage? As you may notice from the lessons, I haven't finished this skirt. I've got another skirt that motifs are waiting for this skirt to be finished, and I can start laying out the motifs and stitching them, which my neck hates, obviously, because it's a big stress on the neck, but at least I have to do it. And then I started this project that would be in blue. I've got almost all the colors I need for the skirt. It's just I need to buy dark blue thread for the leaves, and I hope I find it before I finish this skirt and start the gradient skirt. I showed it like a year and a half ago. We'll do the Y stitch here, so I don't have to cut the thread. So I'll do the Y stitch, or maybe just a zigzag, a set of trebles, and this one would probably go somewhere in here. Yes, so that I'll have 2 more skirts to do. I still have to finish the top. I started doing the armhole and the neckline, but again, that's a fine job that has to be done very precisely, and as I said, my neck sometimes prevents me from working. Plus I've done since I rearranged everything in my workshop, I've got the carpet loom right behind me, and yesterday I spent the whole day warping it. So if you fancy to see how the knotted carpets are done, you can join me on my channel, which called Handicrafts A to Z. I'm doing the streams and videos on weaving over there. When I'm resting from Irish crochet lace, I do beading, I do Japanese balls temari, embroidered balls. Usually I use them, they're quite popular here as a Christmas baubles, and some kind of jumping from project to project depending on my neck condition. As you can see, with all the motifs that I've done with the chain and a slip stitch, I attach them show it better. I'm attaching it behind the chain to the previous row. I'll do the Y stitch here. So I want to have something like pentagon shaped cell here, or maybe square, or kind of diamond-like shape. And again, as usual, I pick up the back stitch and the stitch from the one row below, so that when I remove it from the cloth, the back stitch doesn't stretch out. So always grab two stitches. This way the motif won't be pulled, the threads won't be pulled out, and everything will be quite harmonical. So you can see over here, I've got the stitch like that, and I'll grab it. That's a sad thing, Dolores, and I don't know I don't know how to express my feelings. My English is not really good at such situations, but take my condolence and tell the person, the relatives, that I'm really sorry for them. I'm not really good at even in Russian, because I'm not really good at expressing these feelings for the sad moments. I really feel really sorry deep inside, but I don't know how to say that in words. Haven't been taught that. So yes, please take my forget this word, how to pronounce it. It's me hitting the camera holder. That's why I like to work on the pillow. You can always twist and turn it the way you like it, rather than working on a tablet. I know many people prefer to use tablets, but they're quite big and not very easy to work with. So over here, the hole is too big over here, so I'll do the double treble just to connect it, so that I'll hide the hole. And sometimes you have to work like you're working with the Tunisian crochet. I'll do the loop here. Just like in French filling. And do the Y stitch. See, Y stitches are quite useful in working on the situations like that. And I will pin, so it looks like this. And then I'll do the double or treble into this loop, to this arc, as I call it, probably here. I think I need to get my glasses. Just came back from the tea party and didn't take my glasses to the craft room. And again, I've got a big hole here, and I'll do the Y stitch, one over here, the other one into this loop that I've pinned. Что ты хочешь? And another treble into that loop. This Y stitch is very useful when you feel the small gaps like this between the petals, between this twig. They're quite handy, so you can come into that narrow space and come back in one go. And over here I'll do one stitch over here, Y stitch. The other one goes in here. So the leaf is joined. I'll do this part, and later I'll come back in another set, in another go. But so far I plan to go over here. So I need to fill this space like this and then follow this way. And since it hasn't been pinned, it's quite loose, so I'll probably add some more pins in here just to keep the cloth on the cushion. So it doesn't slide, it doesn't shift, and doesn't change the shape. I'll probably do it this way. And again, as you can see, there's lots of stitches like in Tunisian crochet, like this. And once I got all the set of stitches on the hook, just do them one by one. Carefully. And this gap is done. And again, here I do the Y stitch on both petals, on the opposite petals. So the space is filled. Once I finish this, I'll come back here and probably again there's another Y stitch here. It's always preferable to make the stitch inside the chain, but sometimes you just keep it under, just because the under the chain can change the base of the stitch can move around and stretch a little bit, but sometimes it's okay. And again, another Tunisian style, because I don't like the big gap. It's okay if you do all the cells in the filling, they are quite big, but if you're working on the small one, like 3-4 chains or a treble as a side of the cell, so preferable to keep all about the same size, so you don't have big holes sticking around. Just like if you look at the classic Irish crochet lace, you get quite tightly packed filling, and sometimes you get very loose one, and they are always separated, so like a different areas. So there goes the area with the big cells, and then follows the area with the small cells, but never the small cells with some of the big gaps in between. Что ты там нюхаешь? Rudy just had his dinner, supper, and asking to let him outside, but no. Just because there are cats outside and you'll be chasing them. And he just had his dinner, so it's a no-no. He will stay in for now another hour until his stomach settles up. Just because, as I said earlier, this breed is susceptible to bloat and he's not allowed to run after meals. So I'm always sending him to sleep after dinner, after meals. And again, if you can see, there's a big hole. So I'll do another Y stitch. This time will be a half Y stitch. So halfway through the planned path, and again another Y stitch here, so that I can join the leaf and the flower bud. And then later when I come here, I'll just continue working from that side. And again, you see that the hole is here, is too big. So again, Y stitch. This way I create the random shaped cells, just like the some kind of trapeze. Of course, it's not trapeze, it's kind of the misshaped pentagon. Another stitch here. Remember, we don't want to keep big gaps. There will be gaps anyway, but at least I'll try to keep them as less as possible. The thread has skipped. There's only one thing I don't like this, to crochet with this kind of thread. I use it for the temari embroidery, is that it splits. Sometimes you pick up just the metallic part, or sometimes you pick up only acrylic part. And have to look out for the irregular stitches. Иди спать. Чего? Чего? Что ты хочешь? Что ты хочешь? Что? Иди спать. Иди спать. Спать. Нет, иди спать. I'll probably do the double treble here to keep the wall of the cell a little bit longer. And again, using a pin, I stretch the wall of the cell so I know where it goes to on the next step. Stretch this part, and again I still got a big gap, so I will do the Y stitch, pick up the stitch over here, going into the twig part, and again the Y stitch. And here's goes the zigzag. So I'm slowly moving to the flower on the right. Finish the filling here, come back, and then continue all the way up. So, and I've got another 4 minutes before my camera overheats. Oh, thank you. Yes, Irish crochet lace is very relaxing. Sometimes it's very relaxing, like that guy with Chihuahua. When he's petting his dog to relax. And when you pet the dog, your body releases hormone oxytocin. If you remember that, he's petting his Chihuahua and it's biting him. It's sometimes like that. Sometimes it's relaxing, and sometimes it's quite annoying, especially the basting part, and hiding tails. That's what I hate the most. It still has to be done. Right. And again, if you can see that the hole here is too big, so let me see what I can do to cover this hole. Is probably the stitch over here. And like this. I've started that back in 2006. I was on one of the Russian forums. I met Antonina Kuznetsova, Tonya, and she taught me all the basic stuff. Plus, I started under her inspection, and found out about Myra and lots of magazines. There was a magazine called Duplet, published in Kiev. So I had lots of that stuff, lots of those magazines. And it's just a matter of the just a matter of practice. So now I can work in classic and modern Irish crochet lace. This is actually the modern one, but I did make some of the classic Irish crochet lace with the clones knots and very fine thread. Well, not as fine as the original ones, but still. Let's see, sometimes the metallic thread rips. And you have to get it back into work. It's just a matter of practice. You start making flowers and you start arranging them into a pattern, and then it's just a matter of practice. That's all. Start with the small leaves. There's plenty of tutorials on Irish crochet flowers and leaves in this channel, both modern and classic. You can combine them. For example, I had the top that I made using the twig from the 128 motifs, the Japanese book. There was a twig from that, and then was the Tradescantia flower from the what was name, Priscilla. And there's some motifs that I use from the Madame Ardain. There's some motifs I use from the Le Picot Bigodin. That everything, well, if it's a flower, if it's an element, if it's a bird, or the even lizards, and if it's joined by the filling, it can be called an Irish, either classic or the modern lace. And the modern lace also uses the lots of Romanian cords. There's some motifs that made only with Romanian cords and filling. And I've showed one of the projects that I've started a long time ago, but haven't finished it yet because there's some motifs that I still have to figure out how to make. There's a work I started with called Gobostan, which is actually the place where I live. We have the cave paintings. So it's just about 5 kilometers away from where I'm sitting right now. There's a cave paintings with lots of the figures and of humans, goats, bulls and boats and everything. And there is one figure that is called the Mother of the World. And I'm still struggling to figure out how to make it, because it's all made of the fine lines. And once I figure that out, I'll finish that project. So I've got enough motifs to make a top. But it's just the matter of this couple of motifs that I have to be finished to show the beauty of that place. I'm always planning, but I never have chance to go there. It's either too cold, too windy, or too hot and too many snakes there. So one day I'll probably in autumn I'll go there and film everything with all the paintings on the wall. It's actually not the paintings, they're carvings. They're all carved in on the wall. You can search Gobostan cave paintings. You can find them online. So what I'll probably do over here, I will go this way, finish this part over here, and return. But I don't know if my camera actually, it's already, oh, it's not that bad. Got a couple of more minutes to do. You You can type Gobustan, just the way I pronounce it. Cave paintings, and you will see all of them. The mother of the world, the Yalli dance, that's a national dance. It looks a little bit like Sirtaki. It's the people are standing next to each other with hold arms on shoulders, on neighbors' shoulders, dancing in a circle. I've got enough almost all the dancers there done. I've got lots of goats and bulls. It's just a matter of the mother of the world, because her figure is quite difficult to make. And I still have to figure out whether I want it to be all black and orange, or maybe add some more colors in there. So I want her to be really colorful. Plus I added the poppies in there. They're growing there quite a lot. Plus I added agamas, which are local lizards. So it's quite colorful. It will be done in orange, black, light lilac, no, not lilac, light blue. It's kind of close to turquoise color, and red, purple, white. So it will be kind of the very bright, very summer-like. Plus I plan to make at least 3 versions this summer, and in the sand, that actually the real colors of this painting, of the carvings, they're made on the sandstone. So the color will be beige and different shades of beige, ecru, and white. I have lots of plans, but never have enough time to finish everything, because my mind goes faster than my hands. Let's go get the idea, start making motifs, then realize you've got another 20 ideas hanging in the boxes, in the cookie jars, and then you drop that and start another project. So I have lots of things to finish. Well, hopefully everything will be done. Since I got my loom, which is the antidepressant of mine. So whenever I feel depression, usually I start weaving carpets, but haven't had a chance to do it since I was 2015. Well, I did have a small rug made on the rigid heddle loom, but that's not, it doesn't give you the feeling. So once I have my loom set up, it will be less depression and more inspiration to work on the lace. Y stitch, another Y stitch here. This one will go to double treble to make a longer sail. So it's 40 minutes and my camera is blinking already. So I guess that will be it for tonight. Thanks for joining me tonight, and hopefully I will see you on Friday, and we'll continue doing the filling. So everybody have a good night. Thanks for joining me, and bye.